Welcome back to Normski TV. Yeah, it's good to be back. Want to do a quick match preview of the Man City Arsenal game. Big, massive game away to Man City. We don't normally do well there, and yeah, Arsenal have been on a good run. We're 8 unbeaten in the Premier League, and just coming off a hard-fought win against West Ham. I predicted a 3-1 win, but they basically gave us a really good game. And if it wasn't for VAR, we would have probably not had that goal. But you could see Ozil was clearly onside, and we get the 3 points, and that's all that matters. 3 points. We're a few points behind Man United, and I think we're a point behind Tottenham. So this game is really important, and what I would say is that we cannot afford to lose this game. If we can come away from the Etihad with a draw, that'd be absolutely great. If we can nick a win, even better. And Man City haven't really been on that brilliant of a run, considering their in terms of their capabilities and their quality. They haven't really been doing too well. They're on 57 points, well behind Liverpool. You can see that they've given up the race now. So it's just all about, for them, winning more trophies, and they're going to try and see if they can go for the Champions League. They've got an advantage over Real Madrid. They'll be playing that next week. But tomorrow is all about us going there. And Arteta knows the club well. He'll know what their weaknesses are, and he needs to set up this team really well in order to stop the likes of Aguero, the likes of De Bruyne, which I heard now is back in training. There was some rumours that Aguero obviously went off injured in the Man United game, and he had a ice pack strapped to his thigh. So at the moment they're sweating on his fitness. I'm hoping that he doesn't make it. But then saying that, Man City have got a wealth of attacking players, the likes of Jesus and Raheem Sterling, De Bruyne, as I said, who's back in training. So we have to be on our toes. And then in terms of their midfield, they've got the likes of Bernard Silva, David Silva, Gundogan, who else is there? There's so many players in there, and we need to basically, nullify that midfield, because all of their midfield players are very talented on the ball, very skillful on the ball. So we've got to stop that threat. And their defence, though, Laporte's obviously out injured. And you can see that their defend. I mean, they've lost 7 games. They've lost more than us, and they're still ahead of us. How that is, I don't know. Obviously, we've drawn more games than them. We've drawn 13 games, so that's where our downfall is. But I think maybe this is the time where we do need to get a draw against Man City. But let's hope that Arteta sets up the team correct, and that he's able to pull off a shock win. You know what I mean? We need the points. I'm saying let's go there with a free hit, but let's also not go there and sit back. We need to go and attack them, or even play how Man United play. Hoping to hit them on the break. And that's maybe we've got the people up front to do that. The likes of Aubameyang, the likes of Pepe, Martinelli. We need those players with pace and power up front to definitely attack their defence. The likes of Otamendi, who is very rash in his tackle. If you've got the likes of Pepe running up against him, then there's a chance that we could get a penalty or something like that. Also, you've got Fernandinho in that position. John Stones has been overlooked, so it looks like Fernandinho will hold that spot. But we have to go with our best attacking three, and let's cause them problems. Let's when you can see what Man United done. They're hitting them on the break. And you know, we need to do that counter-attacking football, but we need to make sure that we're direct. Pepe needs to be direct. He can't be mucking about with the ball, you know, because if they win that ball early, you know, they will break quick as well. So we really need to just make sure that we're on our game concerning that on Wednesday. Yeah, you know, in terms of the team, now I know he played Socrates in the West Ham game. I didn't get it when I saw the team sheet. Obviously, Pablo came in the centre back. He did okay. You know, a couple of times Antonio sort of rolled him a few times and sort of left him for dead. But he came good in the second half. Was very mature on the ball. Played some nice passes and then won quite a few aerial battles as well. So maybe if we are gonna, you know, beat Man City, it might be from set pieces, and we've got that, you know, the aerial threat of Pablo, David Luiz, you know what I mean. But I'm just wondering why, you know, he's starting Socrates at right back. What's happened to Bellerin? Is he resting Bellerin? Was he resting Bellerin for the game tomorrow? And if he was, then I'm hoping that he doesn't start Socrates at right back, because he will get done by the likes of Raheem Sterling. You need someone that's going to have the pace to keep up with Raheem Sterling, and probably Bellerin has lost his pace. And me personally, I don't know what Maitland-Niles has done for him not to get back in the side. You know, he was doing well up until the game against when we played Chelsea. He was dropped, and Bellerin was brought in for that game, even though, you know, Bellerin ended up you know, scoring the equaliser and us getting that point at the Stamford Bridge. You know, Maitland-Niles for me has done okay, and he's got the pace. You know what I mean? So why not start him, you know, at right back? Bellerin's coming back from a long-term injury, and that you can see that in his it's actually affecting his pace and that. So it's going to take time for him to get back up to, you know, full speed. So for me, you know, when I do come to the team selection, I'll be looking to put Maitland-Niles at right back. But let's see what happens. But yeah, it's going to be a tough ask. Not going to be easy. As I said, we're 8 games unbeaten in the Premier League. Let's try and keep it that way. As I said, Arteta knows the club well, and so hopefully he will be able to, you know, seek out those positions where he knows that Man City are weak at, and that we can then hopefully exploit that. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game. I'm just saying, let's have a free swing, see what happens. So I'm going to kind of go into the team selection of who I'd like to see starting on Wednesday. This is our game in hand. And so if we do win it, then, you know, we'll jump above Spurs. If we draw, we'll just end up still being behind them on goal difference. But, you know, let's try and not lose this game. So for me, this is what been my back four. I would start Ainsley Maitland-Niles at right back. And then in the middle, I would go with David Luiz and Pablo Mari, with Sacco at left back. He's still doing a really good job, and he's good going forward as well. And I think he will cause the Man City back four problems. Now with Lucas Torreira now out for the best part of 8 to 10 weeks, he looks like he's going to be probably the rest of the season with a fractured ankle. So we're really going to miss him in that defensive midfield area. It's a big loss, but we've got to work with what we've got. And I'd say Dani Ceballos has been doing really well in that position. In that West Ham game, you know, he was really tenacious in terms of the tackle, getting passes off early and getting it through to the front three. So I would be looking to start Dani Ceballos alongside Granit Xhaka. They would be the two in that midfield. I mean, compared to Man City's midfield, you know, our midfield is weak, and, you know, we haven't got pace in the middle of that part. But I'm just hoping that, you know, that they play their best game. They have to play their best game against Man City if we want to get anything from this game. So it'd be Dani Ceballos alongside Granit Xhaka. And then up front, or on the right hand side, we'll have to go with Pepe on the right hand side. And sitting in the hole, we'll have Ozil. I know his work rate isn't brilliant away from home, but he's going to have to step up. He's going to have to step up and try and play those through balls, and play between the lines and pick up those balls and just be effective and try and be dominant in that position. So I'll start Ozil in the hole, and then on the left hand side I will go with Martinelli, because we need width. He's got pace. He can run at their back four. Go with Martinelli. You know, ever since the guy got Player of the Month back in January, he hasn't really featured much. And I don't know the reason why. And you know, Arteta, for whatever reason, is playing Aubameyang out left, and he's ineffective. He's ineffective out in that position, and that's why for me, Aubameyang has to start up front, and play on the shoulder of the light, and be up against the likes of Fernandinho or Otamendi. You know, if he's running at them, and his movement will cause them a whole lot of problems. Pepe will cause them a whole lot of problems. Martinelli will cause them a whole lot of problems. I don't think Nketiah will be ready per se for this game, or will be, I don't think he will cut it against Man City. So I'd have obviously Nketiah on the bench. You've also got Lacazette. So these are options that you can bring off the bench. You know what I mean? If it means that we have to go full out attack, then we can bring these guys off the bench, barring any sort of injuries to our midfield or back four. So I would go with Pepe on the right, Ozil in the hole, Martinelli on the left, and Aubameyang down the middle up front. And hopefully he will try and catch Jamie Vardy, who's now on 19 goals, scored 2 goals yesterday against Aston Villa. So Aubameyang is on 17 goals, second to Jamie Vardy. So he'll be looking at that. And please, Aubameyang, take your chances. Against Man City, you have to take your chances. Take your chances and defend well. That's what I would say. Take your chances and defend well. As I said, they've got the likes of De Bruyne coming back, so we're going to have to really be tight on him. And we just have to work hard, match them for work rate, close them down, be in their faces, don't give them time on the ball. If you don't give them time on the ball, we win the balls back in those sort of high up the field, then, you never know what could happen. So for me, that's the team. So let me just go back over that again. So the team, back four, Ainsley Maitland-Niles right back, David Luiz and Pablo Mari, and on the left, Saka, and in front of those two, it will be Daddy Ceballos and Granit Xhaka. Up front, on the right hand side, we've got Pepe, and in the hole we've got Ozil. On the left we've got Martinelli, and Aubameyang playing down the middle. So hopefully this is the team that I will go with, and I think that they can cause Man City problems. I mean, Man City haven't been really doing well defensively, so let's try and take the game to them and at least come away with a draw. No less than a draw. No less than a draw. It's a free swing. As I said, we don't do too well at the Etihad. And, under Arteta, our away form has been quite well in 2020. So let's try and see if we can keep that going. Prediction. Okay. My head is saying I could be bold 2-1 to the Arsenal. But my heart, I'm gonna go with a 1-1, a 1-1 draw, a 1-1 draw. That's if Arsenal really keep it tight. I'll go with a 1-1 draw. But let's hope that we can try and nick a win. Even if it's a 1-0, I don't mind anything, but not lose. And let's take the game. Let's from the start. Let's not play slow at the back. Let's move the ball really quick between the lines. Close them down quickly, hit, them on the break, and, put some balls over the top, mix it up, cut out this playing out the, try and change up your options, especially Leno. I forgot to say that, Leno in goal. Try to, play much quicker out And if you know that they're going to be coaching, then go long. Try and find a player. So I'm hoping that Leno will, organise that and sort that out for that game. And as I said, I'm hoping for a 2-1 win. But I won't say it. I'm going to be positive, and hopefully we'll come away with a 2-1 win. Either way, a 1-goal difference, and hopefully that will be it. Listen, please like, subscribe, and share, and hopefully after the game, I'll be able to do a match review, some player ratings. Hopefully we a pleasant one. But even if we go there and we lose, let's just go there and play and show some attitude, show some belief. But let's show some fight as well. Let's not go down there, lay down, and let them tickle our stomachs. We need to go there and put in a big effort, and we'll see how it goes. Listen, take care, and I'll see you on the next time.